The experienced bull runner and son of a Pamplona native would probably still be alive. 9 people injured, etc. So the running of the bulls, made famous by Hemingway's novel The Sun Also Rises, is what it is. Everyone thinks they're Hemingway when they get drunk and run down there. But I feel bad for the bull cappuccino because they torture them, by the way. After torturing them with the picadors and then killing them, before they kill them, they torture the poor animal, So what do you think about that?
It's horrible, and I think it should be banned. And as I said, I am very pleased that somebody was killed. Every year.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased somebody was killed. What does that make us if we say we're pleased? I don't think we should say it's great. But on the other hand, the sport itself is what needs to be looked at. Thank you for the call. 1-800-449-8255, michaelsavage.com, New York City, WOR. Brian, go ahead, please.
Mike,
Brian, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
I just watched the YouTube video, and Barack wasn't looking at the woman at all. All he was doing was helping a woman off a stage.
Yeah. Which network do you work for, ABC or CBS?
I didn't vote for the African. I would never vote. It
has nothing to do with his ethnicity. He's a hornball. That's all. The object here is to remember that the man embarrassed the presidency. Do you think it's appropriate for a president to stare at a 16-year-old's behind? I guess we lost him too. So now I'm losing my telos. I guess my crew is busy eating fish on Fish Friday. 1-800-449-8255. Now I have no internet. I have no Assist Pro. I have no nothing. michaelsavage.com. You can still go on my website. Guys, just put callers up because I can't select them right now. Mark, welcome to the Savage Nation. What's your comment?
What America needs is true journalists and news writers that can bring about a centralized level of accountability that's never been seen before. These lapdogs and the current outlets, they're just not doing it. We got a lot of voters' remorse, and the time has come now to centralize all these watchdog groups into one inclusive source.
Wait. What did you say? Centralize what?
Centralize all the watchdog groups and the, people that kind of value.
Well, what do you mean by centralize? Who's going to control them and run them?
Like a collective effort, if you will, just because that's the goal of these.
I don't understand. What you want collectivism to save America?
No. I want a place where people can go to actually see real journalism, where they don't have to go here.
Let's start from the bottom. Where do you go for your news?
I go to your radio station. Sometimes I go online. Sometimes I go to Huffington.
All right, but let's forget my radio show. You're talking about journalism, not commentary, not verbal commentary or oral commentary, whichever you prefer. Where do you go for your information? You don't look at websites?
I do sometimes. I do like the Wall Street Journal, but it's a conservative paper. It's hard to find, quality, writing.
Well, I don't know that the Wall Street Journal is a conservative paper at all. They're in favor of illegal immigrants being granted amnesty. Are you aware of that?
That I do not agree with.
Well, but they're not a conservative paper by any means. They once were, and some of the writers are, but by and large they represent Goldman Sachs rather than the U.S. of A.
I guess
They salute GS, not the U.S. That's not bad. Thank you for the call. Hey, do we still have the salute that I once did? I pledge allegiance to Goldman Sachs. Let's hear that so that people know what I'm talking about. Play it.
Pledge allegiance to the stock of Goldman Sachs of Wall Street and to the gang for which it stands, one gang, indivisible, with liberty and profits for them.
See, that was what we did once we saw who was running America. These are people who are loyal to GS, not the U.S. 1-800-449-8255. Jim in San Diego, you like bullfighting. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I do like bullfighting, and my goal is not to convert anybody to liking bullfighting, but there's a little more to it, quite a bit more to it than I think your opening comments were. For one thing, the idea that it started with the Moors is a very dubious history. There's history.
Well, hold on now. Just because you're using a do, be us, let's see, do, be us, that's a three-syllable word doesn't make you three times as correct.
Well,
What is your historical reference to the fact that the Moors did not introduce bullfighting?
that the Spaniards were hunting bulls from horseback way before the Moors arrived, and the fighting of bulls from horseback really began to be used as a way for soldiers to practice their horsemanship and their war techniques from horseback.
Well, I can cite my reference to the fact that the Arabs or the Moors introduced bullfighting to Spain, but let's deal with that at a separate time, since we can argue over that. And both of us might be wrong, by the way, or both of us might be right in one way or another. What is it about bullfighting that you find noble?
Okay, what I think it is we live in a world that has become so much a nanny state that any kind of a risk is completely prohibited. We're required to.
Wait a minute, I don't care about the risk. I don't care about the risk to the bullfighter. I care about the torturing of the bull.
Well, it's when you fight a bull, and I have fought many bulls myself, there is a certain feeling of controlling a wild animal. It's much like training an animal, and the fact that the bull dies is, just the cost of bullfighting. Just like bulls are killed.
When you say you fought many bulls, in what capacity? As a professional or as a tourist who goes to Mexico and pays a drunk to stab a bull?
No. A very serious amateur.
So you enjoy tormenting bulls because they can't really hurt you. You're protected at all turns, and it gives you a sense of machismo. You and Hemingway are about the same in that regard.
Savage. The Savage Nation.
He's got a lot of passion.
He's funny.
Really right on top of things.
Talk 910 KNEW.
All right, welcome back to Rock and Roll Friday in the Savage Nation. We're talking about, just about any topic you'd like. It's Open Mic to Mike Friday, bullfighting, torturing animals, Obama torturing the Constitution, Obama basically debasing the White House and the presidency with his behavior, not only his staring at a young girl's behind, which, of course, is very unpresidential. I can imagine what would have happened if the unthinkable had happened and George Bush had done something like this. You can imagine what the press would have said. But instead, when we see a clear picture of Obama staring at a young girl's derriere and leering at her at a world summit, they have the nerve on ABC to say he wasn't doing it. This is amazing to me how far Diane Sawyer has fallen. Over the last 20 years, the woman has gone from being a reasonable journalist into what she has become, which is less than zero. 1-800-449-8255. Michael Savage. Let's have some rock and roll in the Savage Nation, please. I'm so sick of the news right now. I can't believe it. I'm looking at it. I'll turn that off. I don't want to hear that. That's so corny. No, I don't want to hear it. Joe Biden, he's our vice president. He says there are no private meetings going on. Just meetings closed to the press. Let me repeat that. Your Democrat vice president said there are no private meetings going on in the White House. Quote, just meetings closed to the press. That would make Joseph Stalin very proud indeed. This is what the Democrats bring. Closed government and Stalinist behavior with a giant smiley face. Now we see that the Russian leader has told Mr. Obama, the apologist-in-chief, that you must not build a missile shield to protect Europe. You must leave the Europeans open to Russian nuclear attack. If you want to be a good boy, you don't build a missile shield for the Europeans. You do the right thing, and we'll make sure that you get the Order of Lenin. New York City, WOR, Greg, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Hi, thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate for this call. I wanted to talk about Obama and everything. I think it's atrocious what he's doing. I mean, how is he supposed to set a higher example for our children? I mean, he's the president, for God's sake. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a terrible
Well,
thing.
did you see the picture of the president staring at the young girl's derriere?
I did, and I can't believe a couple callers ago was saying that he wasn't even looking. I mean, it clearly is. I mean, please back on the
But all over the world, people are commenting on him and Sarkozy being the dirtbags they are.
I mean,
you know, it's one thing for you say, well, ordinary men do this, and I agree with you. Would you expect the president to be little more than ordinary?
He should be if he's running this country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he should be. Well, I guess he isn't. I guess he's just another guy. That's all. Thanks for the call. Texas, Eric, you're on the Savage Nation. Topic, please.
It's about the bulls. You were right on, man. What are they thinking? What is going through their minds? It's not right. Oh, we're going to have a bullfight. Oh, it's okay. It's not okay, and it's not right.
Well, let me ask you something else. Are you generally an animal rights fanatic, like a PETA kind of person?
I wouldn't say that, but I believe that man...
Let's start with, hold it. Are you a vegetarian or do you eat animal products?
I do, yes. Love meat.
Okay.